Abusamba di se maame Akosua se wa finally wa pa doctor say kwam despite achawana yo ncheye na team legal wife for Babontin sha CSN omo accuse doctor say kwam despite se sebio wakwa akoto dad lumba mu ene ensemo mo keka fan ho no enya asem ketwa na enura abayo bi Babontin besun ya bepa doctor say kwam despite achew se emra ono nso bi na no cancer asem ni bi se despite dad atodad lumba efunu no adwuma kora wonya binye the life is at risk ena abusia fonso ha no e wo sansem na wakan ye no ho no enya asem ketwa na me ne okasei enkomo bi akoso abusia enkomo no kire mu na ne se maame Akosua sewa sese bi tu nkotwene ne atwene wafa fon a yese wapa doctor wo se kwame despite achew was idea na kosono abusia yankwaji nsem ni nchirimu nhya no so sa haguso black media
na see the yonko ye ne me otiase Lumba he wasn't a victim when he was alive na yen discuss Lumba when he was alive and same we na started say pop up after ne passing away intino unso enshedentino yedi nkumo ye wo anyine no obi anyim se o me de me no mayi. What about if it happened this night intino additional die na mfisi anyine be sua free enti talk less of respect no ene de adepa se wo bekan se wonku ade a wo se nya ye obi because it's a reciprocal yintimi expect se ye ba beji obi atem platforms ne expect se nipa ne film bu na ni di mai na me say adepa be kan there was a lady a ye ba platform for na o wase Obasuru be can say me taking it very light and because
when look at the way I disciplined
one time
you came to my DM thank and that is what I'm trying to say me say you be disrespect to be so me bana me can sama sasa atamkana sasa we nyendo ye mechu
yes
this is something I've been doing always it's in America say se ye kasa na bi kasa ebia ebia say ya mumientie because me ade a me chane say personally I don't like people disrespecting people because you think say be unim nipa na say that kind of thing that I will not allow anybody and the same way na make us say ye kalumba asem say ye come and me say wasem say ye ka odobro ni asem please abushia penny let's try and respect them. That is all I'm saying.
Yeah, because
is this something hard to do? No. Because that's what kind me say. Look at the way I made all. If you me show say me ho but then come it me aka say me tree me man na count because the way this lady came trying to disgrace you make you feel like you're a kid.
At the pay you see ono se no or kantalumba nsem na ye kan ono se onime ona onim me that much but only say what can happen me ba hanu to her whatever no problem it doesn't matter but the truth still remains and therefore ono cancer we wa my platform is be in a stand
but and one who said the university say asem na no can say na nyampo say na yampo long tin na make asem look perfume ti ye can sem bia sebiu ye mfa ni die ma wo nyina
yeah
that is all I'm saying. Because now what you say about me defend on no.
Of course.
They said you need pay buy ya will be see and will be so go in mass.
Yeah. Ama buy no. Ama so kasa na o say ono emu odobroni in any way. And the man o use such words and say bia the lady was also taken for granted because no sir. Independent explanation and the man use such words because a young girl will fall in love with a rich man. Edi say 24 obeti and yinyina no me de waka no nyina ye but we need to respect one another as me am dodo na aka but son of man can say be say mumi enye hwe na nkofa wotan ama aware mu amfa tirimodin ama enni ade a e ma me say me kimi so because sanse mo ya ehunu sa ekoso no the effect ni very great very great.
And who bet me a debate BT 7 fan say okay we also say fine we say court aja our na ma but also say be odogro ni na worry mo be say e be say dem go for debate here people come here and they trying to prove say there be amamre so nyesa na ye je aware waka amamre e bia ya sante memre na say baby free we can we can be working around that because it could be a court there was an argument and people still have a fruitful argument over this issue. We can talk about it, but me person we create story at seems say woni ni pana na tena ye as woni mu no as a person we use certain words be
as one corner Akosua na tebrofona o ba kire ya na o han say di ni me
Ben Mr.
Brofo kese.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm foreigner.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, son of man. Yeah, Asma Mekai, maybe you are getting it wrong. There may person be trying to say the issue nini how there has been a lot of rumors surrounding issue no. And then I make up what say yenjai. Now you stick it to the truth or the yen ko and I said yeah, what evidence. What you say? It said they had the pancake. You beat him the car. So Rebecca said, "Na lumba fear kura hold on water." You understand? So certain sani man na me say a creative problem. Oh baby. So what you say? Obi can say, obi akukum obi say obi ti fear na otia. Sa seven no. Can etirima or adwena obefa wo ho e wachire. See we so obi ti meet na platforms. So say man na maware no. Sit down where actually it's not a good advice.
And I'm making what cover to me, dear. So,
and they can say we should know how to talk about certain issues. We should know how to talk about them.
Son of man says, "I can't." Sounds enough for I can know. Not be count,
The be count,
Yeah.
So say and taking lessons are at the difficulty about because abuchira no. I may manipulate part, but the man is so boapa.
Because they say I can. We be say same way. But maybe Tiffy or then you're in that sorry about fan who are drink. Sounds no baby so fun.
Oh yeah, baby. Of course. I say we know. A quick case study in either good way or bad way for Obiatin Obia for Obia.
So Obi kura dwene say aware kura no. I say Obi so dwene say na me ware no ba eja me kwa
individual choice.
From you now. Aha, to say aware say you betimi aka ordinance aware. I think say from beginning time na you used to do it all the time.
Of course, not be out yeah.
I say why be ordinance. Okay, ordinance na or no cry actually saying. We can discuss about ordinance. So be quite worry. That's why ordinance. How come say maybe what itimi worry udu what come? I mean what happened? Itimi worry udu. So we can be discussing these issues it's so easy to discuss.
Common to
yes, something like is marriage certificate alone enough to sustain your marriage? Is there any marital commitment?
Yes, we've been discussing this like from the one. These are some of the things we've been discussing. To say we can say Japan, me, a PNDC laws. These things we can discuss around it. But you go far, real story be trying to be a cookie. Just trying to make it true because you never know say it true and I say false.
And a doctor no pay no too bad.
Those are the things that Messi must say because I know say fine. There have been a lot of stories out there. Trust me, there have been thousands of stories out there, both from both companies.
Yeah,
but is it true? Is can you prove it?
Say you want to do how sa tro ama obi afa sa tro de anya obi hutan asem nya no kore but ato bi say obi kura say yes sikani bi Ghana okokoje lu baketrema like na ma anya tan ama say nipa no I mean
what's the son of man one will say initially time asem no start media na itu we no go be try abusuano so but abusuano because of what they were receiving from those people omonti me and react you until say ya chi queen name no. Let's be honest over here ma ime mama brempoma my friend me mama because she's older than me and run an interview now on a kontonchi a review a lot of things and go for to agun so wa be dinner ni nyina but now they were saying so on kai. You see why people are getting problems. Do you see why people are deleting their videos?
Yeah, only I
because they were basing on you see backdoor and someone no energy can say, you see, they believe me crying. They was in quiet, UTV. They say they are denying it, and I'm shocked to hear those kind of things. They
say, William say, me share man panimu. Catch me say, man be who asema what say, can be who asema what into no dear. Antony be ada. Show, ya say will be a jumo. And some what ya man who was same way on it. Antony Pacon be ada. Yes, say will be a juma.
And so now you know, crew.
Yes. How? Like how? Ya can't.
And then the moja kugun shunum. Hey,
you see, it's very dangerous. But what is the positive education you see? I was here who's okay. We are bana fa bema na wafa no. It comes with another responsibility. Something I or bounce on a bema befawa. Also, one responsibilities. And only idea was you near church. Yaho. Ni who's our no say ni womb. One you see a BC. That is the positive education. What's your picky free mo? Now, what I will say will be brand. I will tell you so I don't say will be deal.
Obey ordinance and now obey tradition, obey FNC civil.
No more party, I mean, conquer tradition.
Why are the
and one on a mini?
No family living for some cone.
Obani per ordinance so Obani is a
any other commodity. Obako.
Now penny so penny.
Never tried having worried. Never tried that.
I know I ran up boy second.
They've been worried, but also, it's I'm seeing you deal and some my Akosua. Try the bear ya pa and say Winnie ho. No way, the Ankabe one we, Nan's winning one.
Many ordinance in a dow. Now, could you what the cry and more pressure?
Jesus,
what Francis no cry, maybe Benji, what
yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Mina make us a customary marriage. Ni jaye ya chain ordinance.
If you didn't there's some bush for trans and you more bro more no more castle.
The point is, say ordinance say a day, Nina depend on no year. So what I say. So you're in here and now kununya, mummy no moteno, mona munimo. Intimo.
What you know what for that
say Wakasaba Maman Simpacho. Ubi Casana no see your patch. You know, the point in the say, more our real ma, more oba any bearman, mona munimo. Intino, yako warrior, yanko warrior say yako. Yeko ware say yeko ware e de akoso ema ye mienu nyina ye ho atoy abrabo ho atoy enti so wo ukunu ana wo yire na wo ye ne ma bi na ompe na waka na onyaya e your choice so what you say enti ordinance so said den you de ekoso ya ware mu nyina no ye ni oba obema nipa no ye na waka na untia na ntina ho ma ne mekum so what you say kasa ye kasa no individually no obia wo say see ehu asem fili asem from me ade aye me dey pa what I say me get from ade 2 pen na me no benya issue e me dey more unless of say me no ko gina ko tajai it mean for ba me no jai kura me ntimi no nyai na ye konkon enti e no na me start no me dey no start here na me say
enti nipa individual
ayo individual choices me dey start esa enti no ye ntimi obi ntimi me kan che obi so obi aware e wo say nko isi obi aware e wo say nko isi omo no omo wom oya oba oya bema wo ware nye nipa na ya ade a wonfiti nyai obeka ansa na wajai o ka na onyaya me loro advice ne say so woni bema te ho na woni oba te ho na o ya ade a nipa bia no respect wa ne omo bi wa o ka ojai enti so o ka na onyaya make a decision and leave better than say obetinam no wako
always say obi kasa o catch you say ho sa ordinance jai no enafo me say ordinance ntiwe meba me hanye kumpesi o say de kofa asa kasa no ba na say traditional no ni jai no enye so den because to say e can say ordinance
na to afumpacho me bisa no mate nti so ko ware no dia de na wo hu no ba no so ko ware hu ne say obetima boa wo abrabom anameboa son of man, traditional marriage, ni jaya di.
Mami, but there's also na wo ko wari a wo bedwen say wari a make ko wari.
That's what I'm saying.
No, Jay,
that's my point.
There was a question. There was a question. Say, traditional any ordinance no. A dear man of God, a mudia in obey you see. And also no. Operate traditional, right?
Yeah, of course.
Question that by you on Kasoko area Kwakujai, but you
Anidim. Or the source said traditional because Nijaye easy.
I don't know. Nijaye easy will be question or Kayana Miyano.
Yes,
but maybe the mammy choose traditional no. Yes, say. A yarn now sometime you may be a ditch once. I near my ditch to the who intimidate so. What I say? You want to
I don't know about 2 years.
Yes. Boss, Mpacho Mebao. And yet, I'm not mean the new biao. But me no, dear, na me train say, ye ko worry from beginning na, ye ko for do, ye ni kwan say dream say ye kwa kujai.
Sa pepe.
Dana me meka.
Obia worry no for, but say my enemies.
We don't become enemies. You see, that's why we have it. We don't become enemies when we separated.
Disagree. Obia kuni yere no I dey na man see sir.
Na so obi so kuni dofo.
Yeah, but Terry
wan kongo twa Isaac ti. Enye ne doba.
Yes. No, on say tina make kasa. Entina make kasa on say wo say je wo say aware no e wodo. Ana me say obi ware no with the intention say e wodo. But intention na chin aba baby before flat same way no. Ama ye wodo o tan beda o montem. Ba kokore nyane yanko beku no
me kasa no wantin ye
that's say immaturity sana no
oboto dia me chair woni say ye initial and ye ko warrior ye ko with odo man ka say aware ye odo fine wo kwa unwe bone eni kwan so de bone hye wadwem what I say ye ko wari wo ko wari obi a wo mfa bone hye wadwem unless say wo ha or dia shim say me de be kwa kujai. So what I say, but as more kono, bibi boni bitima bisim, metiasiesa. But ye obia okwa warrior initial stages. I say, hey, me the mammy say the bear me jaya, me jaya easy dear. Not just a okwa no expect to say bibi bad in see or worry. That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, Jay, I wanted the obia to say, but it was a question. Who say you're two bibi bawa is either so beka we and now beka we.
Benji, let me be a question.
Yes.
Say ono obatna na in the process of relationship ebi a utoka amano ana uto valuable item bi mana mujaya do you go back to take those things?
No, I don't. Me jawa
I didn't know unyesa I didn't ya.
Oh no. That well we say you say obi krasa into 1 cup power. Why yeah because that time say be as when you say
when a Jay Jinani say Jay breathing say there was love before.
That's all I'm saying.
The Abema Odono shouldn't lead to hatred. Because they were immature when they were in a relationship.
Sometimes because of intention I dey call our realm. So what I say
me fini no mo menka we won say je o ka se bi say wa sa e bia mo ware na mo kona no na ne ma bi sisa e bia waka enye na esese wo twen ho. That doesn't mean say twen na wo twen ho no oni pa kono be ye enemies me de me life am de na wi ase nyina no ade no ye nyina ye ko me de ni minim say aware ese se unya obi a se wu obi a opeka sakakra ese unya obi obeni bitima di agro enti wo choice no right from the scratch no and be kire ba bia me de mimi no but as the adene course no so obi be hyemu ntamu no person otetimu mu na o try na enya ya entena hu tise ne je.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Just treat
me money pa ko
how you want to treat it. That's it.
Thank you,
Jay. Let me share this story. You know why I choose traditional one? No? You see, many a lot of experience when you may be more and na mami choose no. The matter to one chain a foot true and na the many you see, me and my papa because of our rent ordinance ya Onuani fie mienu a wɔtɔ no UK. Ɔware ɔba 3 years pepe ɔba na gye fie baako. Tio, nyo na esi sa fie no, nyo na toye. So, but because of ordinance, wanya prenup. Enti edu se separation ba omontem no. Oba na gye fie baako. But traditional so a kebetena se ne aka asem no. Na de oba ne hia no de ama no. Na asomduaba. That is why I make you traditional one.
That's your choice. You're right because son of man, you are going in because of that's your choice.
No, go straight. Right. Don't care what they call it, kind of straight.
Okay, so me patch say the relation per statement no do wager a example. Me feel say so papa they have different kinds of marriage. Ubit ma ware bra properties na oba obeto yen, you are not part of it. Papa ebia sebi predators ebia wan many say
no na wa many na call last year or the odono by chain adana the foforo. Into na one kwankwaye prenup no. But maybe just a minute. Yeah. Enka oye prenup code at the foforo to ho say e china bibi betimi asitimi nya prenup ka masa but odo ne kwai full heartedly but later that time at the foforo.
So why
abrabana yebon is fear bibi
why did
mebo abrabana yebon is fear bibi film nya dia koyanim okaka say oh me de one side me de odon ko na ekwa what about odon ko ankosi awiye
foreign my foreign the my santio menka okoware no you chose traditional customary that's your choice you have every right so what you say menka say in your choice so ba na one ne koware no what you say customary no opa that's good that's your choice you have every right but also no oba na wone ne ko ware ye no se ye wo mra wo ho se wone ni jai no deserve ade ese ne nsaka e wo se ne nsaka
of course I don't know for sure
but what say me da me can say
yeah no
ko ware customary and as ordinance that's on you so what
I don't need
me jai no deserve ade because that's what settings mra mu ne dey that is what I believe. What do you say? Enye ejapade based on ejapade.
Me kwade enye ejapade no nko apese ba o say abrabo na ye bo no.
But you made example say overpa ko ware ye into intent crowd kwa ware no now we expect say bibi bitimasi.
And na me sure say any pa abrabo ye bo no you need a guideline.
Of course.
It's not only one-sided. It's not about your intent or whatever, but you need a guideline. What you say? All the name maybe to na kwemu. Na in case BBC, that's it. As far as I any power home, say kene kenya world obi abeka se minim da me nyamu
ntimi na make say no you have every right that's your choice stop people from that.
No, say you made a statement to say me intent no na make sense. It's not about intent, it's about you see say adebi o prepare ahead. It means
prepare ahead, you definitely come across. And you don't think of it.
Obi am prepare ahead, but I see one minute
divorce does not exist. Divorce, it does not exist.
That's fine.
You don't prepare to something that does not exist.
Divorce doesn't exist.
But they also say yashemra to ho say.
So it doesn't exist in the
say obano and now bema no deserve mujai no deserve there. I was saying saka. That's what we're saying. So
some of man the entire divorce exists and say you grown up people meet together out of love and a companionship na mutu na movie. In the process no maintain mwasiba it lies on the man. It is your responsibility to see how to settle that matter amicably. So when you are a failure and then you step out to a different way. And then I say divorce no exist because it wasn't part of your plan. Now it has came because you didn't do your things well.
No.
Me ba say me see fie. If you na miss no. Me see fie no. Me dwene see fie no e betimi ahye. Enti no e wo se me ye water fence say. You will be feeling him say by fire service bar or meet me so direct do media. Me see feeling because of my comfortability. It is a fear, but it's not part of me. It doesn't exist for me.
And then kind of sad you. As I said, because precautions are the BIA, as so also we had to say in case of
marriage is different from say who take precautions.
It's never different. Marriage is part of life.
Marriage is part of me prepare no to nche.
No. Foreigner pacho. Oh partner now one anywhere no. Unnim ye would it because a trade is a boyfriend or apa who you.
And therefore try to make a due diligence before you marry.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I want to make me so mention make I say sometimes couples no money ho mo de obodo mo ho obi hu an say obi abehye fifi wa force wa de na fafia ba na obetete omuntam ekoban sa de na obeye. It is a property na momo ya enuntina property acquired within marriage no must be shared equally. It is a munyina na mudin wo property this one. Na oboache be man you can choose to say okay if you buy na na oba be die and your personal choice me credit say na money nyina no on fa ko the baby. Or you can say okay me so me share. But it's enye bibia ebinsi that's our jay ni wiase. But the son of man can also tenase. Enye bibia ebinsi that is wo ade wo
Benji, does darkness exist? Darkness, does it exist?
Of course.
It doesn't exist.
It does exist.
Wherever there is darkness, so light, so we darkness now. So what I'm saying is,
light anywhere.
So where there's no light, then there's no life.
No, listen. Where there is Adibia Bodin, I was hunting I didn't know Bodin, I was hunting our body, and
of course.
Into what Bodin, I was seeing how possible.
We talk about ghosts, and do they exist?
No, it exists.
No, because
nobody
exists because we breathe.
Ghost to exist.
No, because nobody
you haven't seen it before. Don't say nobody has seen it before. Why are you talking about foreigner?
Hubalu na eso anu na yese ubohu say what comes out from the
me see what who me can say won feel you me see what who that what do we near who from
you don't need to see but you feel it. Feeling is more
so that is why obi who goes to see ghost exist who ya nka say ni ho
me obi who be that and me feel it be that so
do not say obi
and generalizing say obi
okay son of man one who goes to pain
Mimi who that but ewo ho ade e wodin ewo ho
you see mamenka
that is why wodin o
mamenka asemicho enoma ebre ho a e wodin because we have interpreted it the way we understand it but it doesn't exist. Darkness who said how you tum na ni ho and whenever there is see that is why I'm telling you that it's not because we haven't seen darkness because it doesn't exist because you switch on the light to see whether the darkness.
Two things.
Yeah, but if there's no light, and dark. So if there's no light, who darkness?
Say, if there's no light,
if there's no light, who darkness?
If there's no light, then darkness has strength. But immediately you switch on the light, darkness has disappeared.
That is it. It
exists in the absence of the light.
That is it.
So light also so can you say light also doesn't exist?
Light exists.
Light there exists, but darkness doesn't exist. No. The light no why darkness in light no say darkness no.
Baba Jose.
I better no say light in here. Without darkness, better no say light in here.
Because light can be on even where there's no darkness. You can feel it. Sun appears without darkness.
Let's say the moment I will be on no car said darkness no. The man who say darkness in the horse say light. Thank you, boy. We are seeing it down. And that there's nothing like lighter. Kabaka light says exist. You will not say that
because
but these two things they all exist. Light exists. Dark exists.
The word was created under light. So darkness. There is nothing called the divorce into a can tradition no the entire makers and say okay be say local marriage no a traditional marriage no the divorce here easy dinche bibia because we don't accept it parent now moko jaware ma wo no ukujaya they don't go with you to divorce.
But say ngofo jawa de da
asma meka utie ni ya benji me pa kire say da no bi ya fabricate additional
no they unim examples now woman no and twaso mo o ka say darkness doesn't exist. What do you mean by darkness doesn't exist?
Uma mi wi abeti ase ma meka asem kire minim e bia according to so our way ordinance be say me ka kire enne say local marriage traditional marriage no the divorce dinsine ordinance
fine but still our jaye wo
and mami land they didn't in because in our culture settings our jaye we don't believe it, we don't accept it because Bible cram me says our jaye ni wo or say you have no reason to divorce. This obana boy jaman
then the
so nya oba worry for what it means is married a woman analysis why
Moses brano oba so ja oba o se trelete bra original letter na no hwa o se okay ko na won ni jai
why na cancer
masa woni bible
o mi bisa o mi se why na cancer I mean cancer woni bible
me see Moses brano
uzo aseme na okano Moses
na say Old Testament
en Bible ka kire o mo se enyemra Yesu Kristo ka kire
Old Testament en ka Bible ho
me pa che se Yesu Kristo ka kire o mo se sa question you bisa Yesu Kristo bi no say me ka che me se na makoma din tia na nyanyame enhye no.
Thank you. So but say for church ko
so anything that is not God's plan it doesn't exist. Nipa na create we created it
yentwa so yema yenu ama no kasabi yenu ba kasabi a
nti uko wale a emfa nhye mi se me ko wale na me twiro ma wale me divorce letter ahye mbutum better don't go.
J was saying you want to say na wakwa ade no nkoye your expectations no
nobody says
obi anywhere dem package am obi anywhere be sheda akokotu oba tisu sase ompeno no obako kotu
enipa bebre yesa enipa bebre ko wale oba just to take advantage of something bebre yesa
okay so oba no say okay beba okay pen but jina ho de wakan so oba no say wa sheda kotu tisu sa no so ja wade na obeka kire say exist
oba no onso so anye wa negligence wa anye due diligence and who the kind of man you are. And I make come once no. I'm not saying
if after marriage no bana will say buy because of say biane papa na mama yesika nti what I say mo treat no so say otwe ne ho a no exist.
That means there was no marriage from the beginning. It was companionship. There was no
marriage. It exists, right?
Because that means there was no marriage. But the J can, if you go purposely for marriage, our J fit me about. Na ya di ni penny na aji atum se we di same our J ba. And no common
criminals kasabia.
And no common sir.
Foreigner, I think I met Cedia. What can I say? As in, I mean, if I understand what you're saying now, says would they share with him then our any begu, but say what we are doing say our jay anywhere, and then not till death do you part, right? Wish him this will.
On say I cream the mama kasano, and mama be if I oba na dwen say na yere twem pana. Who say na yere kra chia na down for earn in pana no because they are say na dwenim. So whatever you program in your head, that's what you end up.
That's what you attract. Yeah. Okay. Material.
Of course.
And Bemba oba bisu wo ha. Bemba bisu wo ho a. The yene na fofo kra pia omoko ladies out in crown and crown omo ba no obefre no be 2 billion times.
Criminals. You see.
Yes. Bemba bisu na fofo so call boys out. Sa no ba no so dwen. We should renew our mind. And what
Obiaware baby the intent say Oware Akosua we. You see, but along the line I be BSc. Now our jaya day aba. Now enye always said the other be show trim and the obi di nema bibra sha ne trim amem. Obi so da say na ware beku but eku.
Thank you.
Obi so da and nini plans mu but a good.
Yeah.
Obi na ware kura gu ne no ogu so bompa ye se kenema be wekena komasa atla ba enye ye. Enema bi wa ema ye mane nye te say there be antisa. Listen, abraba ye bon, we have the good side, the bad side and the ugly side. We should accept it. Yeah, funny say, oh, Debbie, we be born here no. We need to prepare for the positive. Prepare for the positive. Prepare for the negative. It can happen. But I'm not interested. The fact that say what dream say, and I say what prepare no interest what say Dabi. Because I can't any pa ho ye dada setsna I can't ho bi untimi nyi free mu untimi kan kyerem say me de me ye fit me nya mu nti no me prepare me chi no and na the fact that say wo kan sa no so nkyerɛ sɛ untimi mu and na obi nso aka ɛno so nkyerɛ sɛ obi wuntam obi ya do no 60 years say wonya 80 years owi obi nso dey 30 years wawu kwanya de bo enti enya de obadwene ne bebem. It's all about a good preparation.
Thank you.
Prepare ahead. The father said me prepare interest me journey bonnet.
Okay, so son of man, we are basically talking about relationship and marriages. The best I can say, for example, creamy. Sorry, me do example. Sorry, why? Offend you na mahime. Mashia creamy. Me person me ni creamy worry. Okay, enye overnight na makoye creamy ho ade. As a matured man, you see, marriage is not for boys, it's for men. I will say, me who the kind of oba me be worry no. I mean, life values. Or your time. I mean, I need to study. I need to know her better. Good. Me who ni na wi. I don't just say they work kind me to say along the line in nipa suit me sisa.
About him, Dr. Drill.
Beba. Enti say me ne me better na ye no. Yeah, ono so study hu ni say foreigner type we me kunu type we ena ya ware ya beti e ho ase na ya ware o in the process of relationship na marriage no ya ware ye no ade bia na ye be go contrary to ye mienu ye nte ase no the love overpasses that particular incident and no people may say omo die untimi nyo mo hwedo omo die I didn't hear because they have side there almost cycle and some they come together and here one factor. There's a other factor. Maybe could share or baby. When who bani be binti or we can introduce you man approach the distance and now the wale because of pentem yeah man the pressure so worry. So worry no and I'm say they don't know each other better no. Probably say bit mejaino higher because there was no marriage. It was influenced by either friends or family or whatever. Indeed, our real divorced right from day no worry na there was a division, but no money away.
Foreigner, I disagree. I mean, sure, idea. With him, Dr. Dre.
Me too.
No, yeah, piece na your friend beating.
I mean, Dr. Dre.
The year I was the same way. Omugu so person mujai. I think so mujai.
Odeti. Separate here.
Yes, Odeti obane for 18 full solid years. 18. Till they were girlfriend boyfriend for 18 years. Oware obano and no 5 years. It was no one said in a year now.
That should tell you say if only Oba enter that back one, now only be man try that back one. Ultimate study no.
And can it say you can't trust no. Life na ye born. So it is not just by it's not by lecture.
Mami, you see, with me any Oba tina 20 years. Huh? But your responsibility as a man to know who the kind of woman you are staying with. And I will like it.
Dr. Dre no ban netifie. Yes, or ban it in the baby on the baby. But they were living as girlfriend, boyfriend. Tio. And yes, we eat baby no more on my better now. No. But women are tifie, but they were living as girlfriend, boyfriend. But I'm worrying. 3 years as a say grammar. You see, right? I mean, true. It's a mature say reality, any dear I agree boon, and ye poonia. And ye pet. Obi trim, that's what Benji can, right? What up, pani panel, and then enough for 20 years, and it's trim.
Yes.
Intimacy.
Not just a J, ya deal, because there's a G, kind of man. Won't tear saying in actually say. We are there to move between my unit. No, me person Abrabona ye born. We should there be yes, I know somebody what is somebody's mind. Me person
Abrabona ye born. There's always two-sided of it. You first answer it to them. There's good, there's bad. And you should prepare ahead. Say the good can come, the bad can come. But I mean, you say
love. When you talk about love, it's only one love. Do you believe in it?
foreign number so obi any wa oko race onim se oko no akwa hwe ase ama sebe want me anko we race no but in the process no obetime hwe ase na de na si enti bibia betime si wo kwan mu
oko akoboba ho player bia e fit doctors are checking wo mo nyina e fit in the dombe gina park so na so ye wo e doctors gina ho hwe say obi pra so obi twa hwe
because unexpected injury can happen.
Thank you. Unexpected
you have to accept reality.
Nothing is unexpected.
Me pacho dear, a son of man can mean a year dream pa. I think say ye be before a very difficult mind say ye be accept reality be and our facts in life. A ding pa. Tisa sebi mpredua me ye example say be a sebi wa wo ba sebi ebia sebi odi dem na bibi. You would never accept it. Obeko asofo find all sorts of treatment because yentif near be reality near be you have to accept say these are some of the things that along the line it will happen. To say beside I want say didn't you be worry over 40 years. That's been previous 40 years of marriage amunina must stay one place in this under the same roof. Maybe our beba. That is the question we ask ourselves. Intina we are saying no bibi any said the man of my ekano obi ani mo bitim woni obi betimi atena for so many years. Sometimes there are certain things fine like when time not to say be a love ni will be man bibia whatever we planning on the person doesn't know whatever also so ye nipa ni me the madam for be example oni ni kunu aware for over I think my first born crampo 26 years do the any empna crem film na empna say omutina ekura 20 years ni. These people have been together time anu mo ye young mo twempna let's say no mo nte the same place obiati ni baby time on bet now together as couples no it's about let's say 21 years or maybe like 23 years. Just recently time a man here na dwen say oboni timu po say bia aware ne nje hu bi na o start a bia oni enkrofo chatting ade obani hu ye it became I want to say a member na say even a mark cramp bibi say sia obi ano den that is not true da Some no more kasa now. The day I'm in the plan is free, everything was so perfect. About 2 weeks, there was no quarreling. Obani kase bibia o neighbor kwa sorry straight away. Best story no ni na ko. Mo frano. I was here you mu ready ni kuja wa mu school. On kran ketwa kakrani woman no. Everything was perfect. So like on the around that period, it was like, my husband has changed. I'm even surprised about 2 weeks in getting to 3 weeks in everything was perfect. Just yesterday, around 3 o'clock, this my friend called me, said my husband has left the house. Like you sit down and think about it, say, whoever thought say Obani Bema said Martine fee over 20 years. 20 years and do enough. You know the person. Even in Prantry Mukrampo na monte the same place, no. A woman saw no bin tonight, who is subain to say, we need panabetina and sana, who is subain. And sometimes I think say, I don't know if free honoma, be bien who are here, who I be a time I was saying before, maybe as I say, I dear possibility say it could go wrong. Possibility say a bear so successful to the end. And now bia na se bin previous bibia be barbara bom bia no e be successful and you know be on more to me say I ready to my bomb pies and you won't me. It's not about say e bia bomb pies and that is not your destiny.
Yadom mame mra we ya make minim situation lady be worry guy bi onne worry wo ngola 3 be mani nim se onne yire neti omo ye bibia together. Not knowing say oba no a CID. Europe how? Because there was some investigation about that man and he prove a bit more terror terror investigation ama feedback. But
thank you. Okay, can but we answer who be adwino. You might think say you are
me lando betiase. Me lande pe yalo betiase. Me be say me kira wo say after so many years and kola 3 be mu no. Later lady ni mani hu say he didn't came because of love. He came because of this, and the man was still in prison. So particular papa no. Okay, say lady me na me can as lady. So them say on the door for na net. But there was no marriage. And did I make a child say untimi hu bi trim na the son of my can obiana ne ya adwene. But life there's no sight in love. Love is blind. At the moment I in relationship or love with an open eye, no, I want my benyas arguing say my main planning see because that boni beti aba, which obiaji too. But why should you then go to war in a relation by preparing for divorce? Definitely you experience it. Definitely.
Sorry, but I remember kakra.
Me too.
Almost I'm now can say couple no say nipa mienu nyina adwene the same say our in marriage there's no divorce. Then there's the likelihood that the ombefe mubiano they can whether ombetimi survive it.
Yes.
But ba kope and what mindset ni bi. For example, menu mienu ya worry. Now all mindset ni say in marriage there's no divorce. Most my mindset ni say ebro me soa me frame mint nem ema me
come baby
me wo nyama bi a mint me compromising on bi a me be ma oye ma se mint me bi a me be ma oye lazy mint maybe I have my friend is saying
you prefer. Yeah.
Me hard stops be a se be ma no yes anyam there's no way I met me stay. Se me ma dwen say be crab before I be wire cry this uncle match or se me de nyima say die me stand uni. But e be a be worry you know after a while no why you so comfortable say nyuma me see me pain na feel that say wo yes anyama ni nyina.
Yeah.
Me nkra wo mindset ni be say our the divorce ni me jai. And also, even though you had no intentions to already break it down, but because me will start doing say if there are certain things my heart stops at me jaya, and you will find yourself in a place where one down so that I put say obejina, but you'll be there. It's well and good if the couple involved the same. And I know people like that. Divorce is not an option, right? It's a sense there's no divorce is not an option. Says na mummy na motia any hey why never why ne ku why ne tete why ne de mutim. And it might work for some couple, no?
Nash,
Yes, I know.
you know, the all cannot stop. It has a limit. You see, there are certain people out, they are trying to make sure things work out, but they get to the cross line that when you try to continue, you can even lose your life. You see this movie.
A foreigner, the mindset, no. I know people with that mindset. And you're better now. There are people like me personally, right?
No, almost 3-3. Can two work together unless they agree? So in a way, they've agreed say no matter what happens, divorce is not an option.
Right. And just
but yeah. I'm coming. But before that,
believe the same thing, dear.
They don't allow if someone comes between them. At the end of the day, no man can correct the woman problem.
Oh, me personally, me, I can't imagine let's say I will still stay married. But Otim and divorce to her is not an option. Divorce is not an option for Nikun. But I know now, Sebi, oh yeah, and you're my ya to Obano. But some women you know your mom right from the beginning say, all right, the divorce is not an option. 80 Omutim. Obano, assembly no be to me a catcher na convinced enough.
Yeah, criminals. My example, this movie actor was Smith. Or say I fall out of love. And or try say or man options. See, per the story na bema na narrate no or chere say I'm oba no kwan kra say uncle out and have fun as in to have other affair with other people. But say bema say
that's different. Then they have an open marriage, so that's different. I am talking about Ghanaian settings. Yeah, Ghana fuya. I'm talking about Ghanaian settings where
my Ghana settings where minimum lady or the Kunuba hospital. When him were jai bema because omunim say omumi no decide say they are not going to break up. Do you know the end results? Bema no ko fire re in the befi. She say bema na fimu wajane nkwa mi.
We are not saying say that is a good attitude to have or a bad attitude to have.
May be see foreign issue no so say. They all decided say obia ya na just say omunjai. But when you say na just say no matter whatever happen or better bema no. What is the end result?
Asema me Kenya.
Yes. I did. Oh, I did. I mean, I mean, for Manusi,
No, we are not.
Yeah. Whatever you believe works for you. I did be a would you be a jumama. Say, our arena say any park or no corner. Ni Gigi any say, Mimi de Mawari, divorce is an option. Eh, on us. Say, I are no better you, so won't no be woo. Say again a bebo. Why not doing say, come what's me? I just want to be me for Sahara. Say, oh, me not believe this, and you met na Sahara in Musa at the bomb, a work with you.
Akosua say, why example?
Akosua say, why because I don't almost almost complicated.
I'm making an example because I'm not discussing.
Me and Chachi, I don't know because there's so many hearsay I won't touch it. But my point is that there are people I personally know people like that. There are people out, but that only works if mummy and say our way divorce is an option. Because otherwise, wonder why I doing say me that I way the mean fimudano. Now what's one bear man and also about the divorce person oneself. And one idea when in that na babeto. So it has to be something that both parties have signed off on. Say, yeah, they are way come with me, yeah,
yeah, both parties.
What's one age out? And on my money be once and a form with him and I say, oh, why, Nini, Nana Bemano, as I say, Japadini, and done it as a Sardini, they were 20 the divorce person. It happens. Yeah. But if that's going to work,
you're right.
Yeah. Both people have to have the same mindset. Say, Yawari, we did, and no, now, first, for now, once and 4-year blood covenant, no, and your man. If you believe some of them are okay, it's all fine and well for me, you know. It doesn't necessarily mean say it works for everybody. Matthias, for an audience to say you are right because it's some people practice it, but it's not the general norm. And I won't believe it sounds so you're not wrong. So I mean, they say our that doesn't make me mindset no any wrong. That's what I believe.
I think that the normal boom right now. I said na start here no na be the Korean. Me can the money na mo can me can both ni nyina. So what I say once I started say so Korea am the son of man and a meaning so no so be in the cancer. I say o Korea so make sure say no then the papa the example say no Korea prefer customary because say ujaya easy. So what I say and make I say no or every right so be sa only pana ko our choice so you better say am on their choice. So what I say but oba no so deserve it there so nya. Secondly ne sign boy mu say na me sign can say as o kwa wari mu dia me madwen no me madwen me keso obi adwen o kwa wari ma intent a o de beko no obi ani wo kwa wari a ye koye oba no ho ade no odwen say o metime jai. So what I say but uwum na say o partner no de o oye wo no enye na o ne kasa na ontia frimu na metena wo mane mekun. So what I say me sa na mbe kan yo
Benji mankase me peno because ndijay easy dabi. I was two different. What was a question after say Benji Busa me say our remove there na meye. I be choose you traditional no. And during no crama can't trem.
And now man the reason why you chose
no, I didn't give the reason. So no conditions she be no cast obi e make suggestion be say cause I find say civil marriage no ni jai no den and friends a foreigner bear mu and na benji so beka say foreigner akwa court ma wudi adanse waware mu da.
And when a car say customary near easier to live, no, obi cancer.
Yeah, I think it's
son of man.
One of cancer, some may kamikai, one of cancer say,
yeah, hold on. So the man me kind was also.
But you just say so one cancer.
No, maybe. Me say man, cause me choose traditional because of say easy say me
easy. Yeah.
I didn't command the two, but me say, yeah, na any me wo mu na ma me choose traditional no. You understand? And I'm a lot of reasons say
because it's easier no obet my friend penny for no maka enkoko. That's what you said.
No, I don't know how to do with another different thing. No. Me did you see say me traditional.
Me say you have every right. So what you say? Oh,
yeah, but any giant because see when I marry, I am not going back.
But
you come to then what told me the any so
mama no simpacho intino from what I heard from you no say and only easier so person jaya obeti my friend penny for na no moye e ma become the can say oba na woni ni jaya so deserve bibia munyina ma ya and they also ne oba ne saka na me say so ka say so relationship o our remu na se bia o partner so your ba so your bema or ye wade na se waka no ntia because nipa or respect no o ka de na nya mo aware ma obetiu nti so ntie de a mentsena mo mane meku leave e better say obetsenam u jaya be ya but obehili rather than say obet but
say traditional marriage no won say you pay say aware gu nkro what you say ebia won no yire de say ni
mami na bro
okay
so what I say na make say o partner so your bow so your wife so your husband na say wo card de o ya de na won na tena se aka no nya ya mentsena mu nkowu mentsena mu mane nkoku ujaya initially na be ya ba wo be hili abeka say eh me kwa na me wo sa aware ma na me komi so what I say enti no ubon say eno na be boa since obetena ma na wonkasa na wu na team
so what I say na me mame nka bintu awu dear so on say na when we go into relation for the first time oba no anabema no you don't know each other but through your persuasive bibinti mu be folly I mean oba na bete wase sa oba no in the process no what like obinipa o penasem wi ase paaye wo even wante nkakura na wante ya untimina edien na beba ebema sa perception na besisa bibi ne besi
foreign na ma minye ma no si na bram pacho so intino na member ka say ment na mu ma obi a woni na try best say obesi bi aware no na still an oye de oye mane meku ujaya obehili better than say obetinam na waku so what you say but also right now they say this an your man be no ya start yabo na make say also obia ni ho a okoye oba ho ade a e woni trim say oko na abare na kogu sa na me kan ye kan nti right now na say the nyoma mi no abobom ba ko say o so tenam mo pem ho a o say mo tenam no and na ba ko so say me ko ware a me chusu we nti I say the nyoma mi no abom right now
yes yen fa momu you for na asem nyina ne say what dream would the show dream say whether it is traditional or ordinance so would the show dream say our area ukwe say enkoyi a mejaya any our ne enkoyi ma wejai for na asem no nti for na no say don't men fast dream in share with him don't even make that contingency plan
but you creamy foreign the na no can no obese no first intent now the cool raw reading
eh man make intent say no an say share with him say enkoyi abeja no an intent
stages na make an yeah
one say
say and fan share with him say okona anye ya
of course
on top of what the name can because yen na no say our real challenges even in practical challenges
and foreigner near more can in a member tia me new because relationship ma adia me di kaka tell the pakon say me we ya matipia bet me ache ba uchi ti on me to be fanche ofa ba busia food na me can say den me no trakra ho be me nyunu be nu na bi free makuba mu da it is not possible for the cheat on me
cheating yeah excess of wickedness ne bad behavior.
Thank you very much.
Foreigner, so na foreigner can say our giant ni divorce you can person be say senti oni obi wona say nipa na cheat ya and so because divorce ni what
criminal the moment ya oba be go to the extent of aku cheating na sa aware no it has divorce in the first place.
What divorce on akuma mu data?
Yes, because cheating they are not cheating they do we na asi. Maybe no criminals mean can say me
it's the son of man and you're not near son of man can say divorce e wo internet.
That's it.
So the argument they quiet back and forth. Then no son of man say idea wouldn't be our divorce does not exist because in France would see son of man also can say it is a who can say any panic cheat here. Let us have any good and then you are making this point to say divorce there exists.
Exactly. So criminals, the entire make us say, on say our it doesn't break up overnight. A sequence. Na obema no oba wo ho according to the Nabenji can a bed then oba na kwa me kuchiti amana kuchiti over because
but I want to go back to say divorce doesn't divorce the difference will be ebema kojo ebe divorce na year ema wo divorce wo year.
That's right.
It's a bit depending on the degree of at least we can all agree say divorce exists. How you choose to use it is individual preference, individual differences, I should say.
A lady friend of mine, only obi de tea. Then the panel approach her. I don't know Ghana. Omuhu twice. And a guy no. We don't know what happened. And communication in break here. Kagani or you Ghana ho. 82 years. And look when you're nice guy be. God the quiet no one you or just recently a new 2 months. And a little guy now. One thing in Kabin over by 7 years ago. Ghana cop aya on Facebook or Monsia Kuhum. See, madam for lady no yet less near guy no on any table. Or see or pet. Sadly, old guy no more than Nikulina why and what is here now? Just say
why are now
what if you honum? Ako new guy no honum. What on the old guy no sorry.
Yeah, old guy no.
So one was in a density. New husband when on any few.
Me pacho old guy that so a quantum.
Or a quantum.
And a girl that so Ghana.
Oh Ghana.
These are some of the things that possibility say based on what and I say bibi ana guy no at the brain and I say maybe tisa the fact say nipa no ebia or continue no matter what he has to win the person. Nipa no na nete Ghana no yamfa ne say odono kra ni ho no adwene ne kire ne say bia sebiu nipa no wa continue no of say obe progressing tem wa brabom dan ebia. Sorry to say, be a donate Ghana. No, that's the whole intention about this. It's in say be on any share twice and maybe a sebi, me sorry you. Ebia and the massimo or ye so happy and I say be bintina or case beman on an hour. Everything possible. But to me, no, I think say because of say be a guy no are going to me.
It is an out here and patch meet you why it is an out here.
No. What I'm saying is, it's not like some of them will do it. I don't just say be as an out. Oh, okay. So also will be on ma. Or feel say will be our country ma. Intina our area wa kontum ne sa distance we ni nyina no entimi enche no because obi anim ne yonko ni nyina ye based on eniema idea unity and I'm patcho one more thing patcho mami 1 minute and won't say our area na kasi bia divorce me start call back divorce e bia yentiti mu da and unti na sometimes over 40 years of marriage na dakope they've decided say intimate in being because near cosum the way cosum let's try because I can't one time say enjoy. Now you are enduring to just one day pay. But after 40 years and as after 30 years, now we're in a go. It means how bad me when they say I come to Muntina or person keep guy it's not because of anything.
Okay, so the name is me candidate to answer they say per the Benji can. Why are they want make you one instance? Because a bit himself say sadly, maybe because take and maybe because no one far be mother. Ebia this guy was the first guy Ebio breaking the virginity. In her mind, who say or stick it to that guy than any maybe we ban the life will be. So what I say, but Ebia that man took off the intention was just to have fun with that lady. The lady doesn't know. So what I say, Ebia guy no wa bruchira no. Only wa koga na Ebia. He just go for fun. And Wakushi Obama him so when you laugh. And these are two flexioner. It is a criminal can say. I was saying mubenya a certain understanding and then with money aside jenny. Be waging her. Yeah, Nanticon, Ubini will be trimunti the visa yard for a yard for. Share most instances no. A ma first lover. Omo pay omo from youthful time no. Ehana wale cry who say on a sign panel bond. Adintia because that was the pure lava in life. If your circumstances been a ma separation by if you are never pumping no young, a boy be school 17, but still, sir, particular guy no na lady no. Ain't me feel what you da first girlfriend and now first boyfriend. So what I'm trying to implying is there's nothing called separation because and not just someone to me separate and I been see that, of course, but to me, it doesn't exist because you make up it. You are the one that plan it, and they be our plan, and you end up having it or experiencing it. So what you say? Until you go in the relationship, you go blind. Say, "Kuya na menene nam, adwa na menene nam, mini criminal nam." And a criminal, and I'm saying my mindset near positive. No, we didn't just get in to become relationship partners. Yesterday, to see how committed I am in the echo. Along the way, what fault me? Maybe a bear I should try because first time you cry no better than I succeeded convincing her to become my girlfriend. I need to do my best to let her come to the line. Man, to me a fellow into our jayaba bear couldn't do and perform influential duties proper. It made me feel say, of course, some of money can you will be experiencing be at TB, but any creative and experience it. But see, make it your man up properly because before no, in a number now our jay and your common size of TB. Your generation winner and no matter common because you're creating a certain environment be a live where ye dear she say any live without pretend say yes sanity. But our jaya is not part of any family plan. Family no oko catch will say your culture settings no oba onware oba no abusuane jaware ne mam. What it means is say when your issue are the family to see say there's a resolvement. So what you say and say abusuano ekotena na asem na amaka na just asem kro no e dise mutimi jai e hona na were jai na because neni ho better but because of bibi na happy na go creating bibi na wo divorce no it wasn't your plan. It may make us a divorce existing no it doesn't exist in relationship. I just say bibi na co creative but idea existed there who ko ware ya ka kire say our lane divorce ni into who want to any na wo that means it exists before you enter but who ko ware no our young country was a divorce for her. A Western culture and the divorce na day. About
it exists to it exists. Exactly.
It's always existed.
I disagree with you.
And you see, a friend is saying a foreigner. A lot of men make that emphasis, say, first, and divorce in most women were dependent financially on their men. And most women had no choice but to stay. First, Bebrina was financial reasons. Obano sorry if you want Bema no rene mebium. Oba for no bebano no money ebe showomo. And we obana person will messy baby. You shut up and you stay in that marriage. Tete for no baby it's now a real because of their children. Financially only baby ko. If you are few crowns, oh, yeah, you want their crown, you catch us a walk on and some baby any ham our woba. It's where are you going? Bema not it, what you would do. Wait, walk in. What him? But the financial freedom I be asked for both a money memen you know. Yet ya worry my yet him because you mean a person boy home. Oh, mamma, Yemi Tanta didn't meet him because me ni baby. It's hard. Very few women still find themselves in that position. Exactly. Most women are educated. In fact, statistics just say black women are highly educated than black men. And I'm working, making more money. Oh, it's now I won't if it's or Yana saying you'll be free. So it would seem as if say, and then a divorce I am more common than before. But that's not the case. You know, I'm one and my one now. Come so me JJ sir.
Criminals, you know, me koye adwuma Western region. Na maame bi one ne kunu na tena che for years na bema no edru baby no okonom nsaba no abo maame no. Enti obo na oma beche no. So maame ne wo step stance mienu. Sorry, maame ne what the enkura mienu be ware papa no. But I'm worried for more than 20 years. Into Babuna ne papa na step stance no. Abeche papa na kotum. Na mame na Akosua ni ye papa na free police station ya na bafi. Wa yes wonim. The last one omo che no me yeso omema omo de adena court ni ade adena. Na wa sorte mame no. Na mame ni suya I say police station one free or the police station wa ma de chi. Nti ade chi na
mame na ne yabo no meboa.
Yeah. I mean mame na just onja ware. What I say because ne mamie no ne kunu no wane ne giant why na just aware we ndi on giant atena ho endure for 20 years. What I say enti omu yi mame no omu yi papa ne de ne ba fie no. Ena that anajo no omu betia 210 omu koya papa ne kuma me wadwane. You see, or the our divorce any me dictionary mu divorce any ho yakuno. It me you see you want somebody go why I can't you be fan say nobody plan for certain things, but it is happening.
Not the mental health no
on your issues you want comfortable be how do stage be the only thing I say will be anya one on play. You see, your memory be and your money be on my they go to the extreme to extend say anya one nothing else. Like say on anyone to on play will be one to. You understand? And your man
the emotions and so make a decision, especially before. Once out 2 hours say, oh, ni pass me see a day we fine. I know say very important say obe appreciate a day obiaye in your life. But at the end of the day, na day obiaye in your life, why when him say be a your life is even at risk. So what I say? Because it be a family issue be crampo and as a time a family may go through tough time. Yes, the person did so well, but it doesn't give the person opportunity and I say or take advantage of it. Say it be a saving predators or be abusing a relationship.
Yeah,
then you still say you be in that relationship. No.
Say the same Western region hona sasem you cry ba yi honum antenna home I sorry mama efe ho unim one be ma na tena be ma ne mo treat no ono ya na adwo one be ma ne bejai anajo oda ne be ma no ekohwe acid egu obadanim ne one side nyina essay you see you one maybe ho you don't need to think say Obeya son what to Huanamo. The moment you see the red light, don't stay there.
Okay, son of man. So the metuasia, the open journey say our journey to Miss Anoman in Abana. Meaning they are deeply in love, omutimi committees is omukum. And it was way.
Yeah, of course. See, that's why I'm saying.
See, I don't know sticker. We can't rely on that as benchmarker. You see,
no, I'm not using it as. No? I'm not using it as a benchmark.
What developer or not being dada. So bit media.
Meaning, I'm not using it as a benchmark, but I'm saying it's me do baby a cross line. When you do and Casa media, any books, I am still working on it.
1,000%.
What you say? And it is the same as.
I don't believe in it, but you know, but I don't believe in it.
Fine.
And at the time, no. Having a contingency plan doesn't mean you have to use it.
Me pamucho me 1 minute na me si form me o be nti me sremo a say na me ado me patch
se kufisa o kasa to aswe
me say ade bi a warning Mipacha wetemeka mipacha wetemeka me say ade bi a warning wo hu bia no that means exist wo hwe bible ma vows a obeka say ma obi ntete ade a wo hira so no that means a warning and whatever identity no picture say it means ma obi separate. Separation is a divorce, and separation I did divorce eba. Inti say Bible krano it become you who say our idea wo shira so no ma obi and sitimudia na that means our reja de ewo ho inti no ma warning no.
Oh, okay. Not just say, oh, patch say, say, Goofy. I think so. Call.
Said the son of man, the okay, you know, I mean, he's in support of what you said. What you say?
Yeah.
And nobody say our Jay me to me, it doesn't exist for me.
I think so. The way I'm to say, you know, it's a bit obia fear different. So what I say, and you know, me the foreigners so can only fear as no can so only fear there.
Jay, me papa decided maybe send me back me mama could you witness obi jawale. Me papa decide you. Be me papa nua